All right. Well, welcome back, everyone. It is day 3. So it's day 3 of the sprints, but actually day 4, 5 of the month. And I'm going to be going into vision today, which is one of my favorite topics. So I want to welcome you back. Thank you for joining us live or virtually. We've got Tiff again in the Clubhouse room. So if anyone wants to experiment one day and go audio only, Clubhouse is a great platform allowing you to really just get into the room without having to do anything. So reminder, if you haven't yet downloaded the calendar, and I know that we're close to 100 people having downloaded it now, bit.ly/list 90-day guide. That's where you're going to find the list. And I will later this week start with different resources coming out to people. So again, if you're interested in getting the calendar so you can follow along and give yourself some gold stars, and I'm going to just show you where we're going, right? We started Friday last week looking at the welcome and getting started. Some of you over the weekend looked at yesterday's topic, which was here live on the U. Day 3 is all about remote work, similarities, differences, advantages. And then today we're going to cover topic number 4, which is all about vision. If you're following along in the book, we are actually on October the 5th. So setting up your office. So there's lots of options here. I want you to set your own markers because that's what's truly most important in terms of getting some momentum. So definitely download the calendar. Quick show of hands in the room. Who's downloaded the calendar and has started checking off? All right, Cheryl has. So Cheryl, what process are you following? Are you doing a 1 to 90 day on the system?
Yes, 1 to 90 day. And I have the book came, Amazon delivered it early. It actually came Sunday afternoon instead of Monday. So that was helpful.
Lovely. I love that. I only got my copy on Friday. So that's really good. What I'd love, and I meant to incorporate this, but I've started having some photos coming in. So if you want to share it on your social feeds and then just hashtag it, Reconnecting Workspaces. We got one yesterday from Marlo at the Marlo Co. I'm going to share that today. And it's just fun seeing people like putting their book up. So with that, that is great. And I'm going to pull my book in just a minute. So Samina, see you also putting your hand up. What are you doing? Are you doing day 1 to 90 or what's your process going to be?
I'm not sure. Actually, so today you said it's going to be day 4. So I'm going to follow along with you.
Yeah, we're going to dip into day 4 content. Again, okay. I'm not doing Saturday, Sunday calls. I'm going to keep my weekends precious, but I would invite you to really follow along as needed. And I want to say a special morning as well to Marty. Marty, you're always here. And I know Marty said she's coming every day. So,
I ordered the book. The book is coming.
Book is on the way. Love it. And we have a special morning to Michelle Bastock, who is one of the Reconnecting Workspaces certified coach. Michelle, it must be 7:30 there, right?
5:30.
5:30.
5:30.
I'm thinking 7:30. Saying 7:30. So it's all good. So here's what we're doing today. We're going to do 9 minutes at the front end. What's your vision for your work? And I want to give you just a minute to actually think about a bit of a roadmap. We're going to go on silence for about 2 minutes. And I'd like you to think about what lies ahead for you on your road. And you can take this as a vision, as like my vision for the quarter. You might think about it through to the end of 2022. Just take a couple minutes in silence right now and think about what your vision is for your work right now. Take another 30 seconds. All right, I want to pepper in a few questions here, and I'll invite you to maybe put these out around the edges of your mapping. But as you, hopefully you'll revisit this later today and think about adding on to your vision. A couple of other things to consider is, what type of journey do you want? What type of journey do you want? What is going to be on the pathway which will lead you there? Who else do you need to bring on the journey? Who else do you need to bring on the journey? And who do you need to be in order to thrive? Who do you need to be in order to thrive? A final question I want to leave you with is, as you think about a roadmap, you might also think about the different elements, right? Fire, water, earth, and air. Fire, water, earth, and air. So what other elements do you want to bring in? And what can they combine to make or create? I'll read that again. So what elements, fire, water, earth, and air, what can they combine to make or create? So a few other layers to your usual vision. And as I like to say, vision is what helps us through the ebbs and flows of business. It is often an anchor. It's often an aspiration. And I hope that just taking a few minutes today will help you really start getting some traction and also get you a bit of a different energy, right? I think there's an energetic component to this. So that is our 9 minutes of this focus today. Would anyone like to share something that got activated for them? When I say activated, any new insights as you went through this quick activity this morning? Personally, what I love about vision is it doesn't have to take a long time. Right? It doesn't have to take a long time. And it can be something that we revisit. So I want you to look at whatever emerged on your map this morning and circle one thing. Circle one thing that you're going to come back to, right? Maybe that's maybe it's a word, maybe it's one of these numbers. Take a moment to circle one thing that stands out. Now, in our second part of today, I wanted to lean into like one of the daily keys to success. And you sort of heard me say this a few minutes ago. So there's results plus relationships equals high performance. This is a big sort of anchoring theme of Reconnecting Workspaces. Results plus relationships equals high performance. And you'll notice that I didn't just ask, what do you need? But I invited you to think about, who do you need, right? Who do you need? So as you hold that inquiry, there's yet another layer of this work, which of course is, what's your why? as we go to trust, as we go to connect and gain clarity, what is the why? What is that reason of being? So, for example, in establishing this business 18 years ago now, my why has always been about the water drop, right? I want to really, in all of my work, whether I'm a trainer, whether I'm an author, really create that ripple effect so that the work that I do can be taken out into the world at a much greater force. And all of you are a great example, right? This is one way that I see the ripple effect heading outwards. So our why is that compelling reason. Why do I do it? Why do I believe in the ripple effect? I believe in it because of all the work that I did for many years with the UN and in the global sector, right? Change in the worlds that I've operated in rarely happens by one person. It's about the collective energy that gets unleashed. And so that's been a big driving force of why I've been so passionate about, group coaching and team coaching, where we can really change the entire conversation. So I want to give everyone just a few minutes right now to think about, what is your why, right? Why do you do what you do every day? What is the piece that gets you out of bed? I'm going to do another 2-minute sort of silent burst. You may want to grab another corner of your map and just really think about what my why is. So it could be framed as, I am a blank who supports blank. So I am a water drop who supports the ripple effect of conversations expanding outward to create change. So I am a blank who supports blank. I'm going to leave you with that for a couple of minutes. Again, we're going to work in quiet. And then we'll see if people want to do either a bit of sharing or maybe a bit of connecting with one another in a breakout. So let's take 2 minutes to start. What is your why? And we'll start it with, I am a blank who supports blank. Another 15 seconds or so to just wrap up with whatever you have. All right. So for this, I want to invite you, if you're open to this, I want to do some breakout work where you get to share the very, very rough draft of whatever you've put pen to paper, because we know that what we write may not always be what we speak. Now, I know you don't know each other, but we're going to do this in a bit of a speed networking round where we'll have the opportunity to go and meet with one other person for a 4-minute burst. So you're going to have about 2 minutes apiece. That's not a lot of time. I think everyone on the call right now is a coach. So get curious, right? If there's a little bit of time to share more, get curious, maybe ask some of those questions like what are the elements that are going to be incorporated, or who's with you on the journey, any of these questions that we've looked at today. I do want to give you 2 opportunities to do that. So we're going to do 2 rounds very quickly, and then we'll come back in and wrap up. So does anyone need to drop off, first of all? Okay, I'm going to throw myself in the mix. For those that are listening, I'll just see if my partner is open to this. Tiff, do you want to join us in a breakout as well? And I'll see if I know Tiff's here on Clubhouse. So I'll see Tiff.
Hey, I'm on
Okay, so Tiff's here as well on Clubhouse. She'll join me in a breakout. Zoom is going to do it automatically. We're going to have 3 breakout rooms, and you are going to just be moved out. So please accept the room. I'll bring you back, and we'll then do a second round. So Marty, Michelle, Samina, and Cheryl, I'm going to put you 2 together, and I'll stay here with you, Tiff. Sounds good? Okay, awesome. Open the rooms, enjoy your convo. You're going to share your vision statement or your why statement with your colleagues, 4 minutes apiece, and then we'll switch. Enjoy. All right, so Tiff, we get to model for those that might be listening in. Did you want to share yours, or would you like me to go ahead and share mine?
Yeah, I'd love for you to share yours. I did write a couple things down.
Okay, so I'm going to say I talked about the water drop, but I'm also a beacon, right? I'm also a lighthouse who supports better conversations for those in the virtual, remote, and hybrid world. So it's not better conversation, it's actually conversations that enhance relationships and results. So there's a second part of my why. Excuse me, I have something in my throat. The second part of my why, which is really this notion of a lighthouse. And that lighthouse is a blue and white lighthouse that really is my beacon for supporting so many in a remote space. And just like a lighthouse, I hope that it draws people in, but also signals that, you know what, we need to watch, because hybrid, remote, and virtual work is not always clear, right? It's not always something we can see, and we can't always see the danger and the pitfalls in it. So I do see a little bit of my work in slowing down, bringing people together in community like a lighthouse will in times when, you know, the seas are rough. And it is an opportunity for people to shelter, pause, and also have a conversation. So what are you curious about with that metaphor?
Oh, I love the lighthouse because you gave it a duality.
Yeah.
The shining out and the bringing in.
I love that you pick up on that. Yes.
I thought that was like, what?
And duality is a good word. Go ahead, Tiff. Say it again.
Yeah, I just think this is so fun because this is really expanding my ideas of just that vision and why I'm here. And I love that you said what type of journey you want,
Yes.
because so many people are going to continually go back to this is what I don't want. And what I am doing my utmost, and I know I can do it, and I'm doing it, is to say, hey, let's talk about what you want.
Yeah.
What do you want this to look like, and who? And when you said who, it's like, yeah, you do need people. This is we're in a marathon, and yet we're all on the same team. So you got to have people running with you.
Yeah.
To get you to the finish line. So when you said who, I was like, oh my gosh, yes.
I love that. I love that. Yeah, because it is a marathon, right? And we can choose if those people are on our team. We can run alongside them like we are right now, right? There's lots of different options in terms of how even our team can be, especially if we are solopreneurs and want to be a solopreneur. So awesome. Okay. Well, I'm going to close the room so that they have another minute. You and I are going to stay here and we'll do a part 2. So we'll do a bit of another layer. For them, I'm going to mix up the rooms and they'll have a chance to do a second round and then we'll be done for today. And another day here at the 90-day guide is complete. How exciting. Well, thank you. It's so good. It's so good. So they've got 37 seconds left. And were there any elements that you came up for you, Tiff, in terms of, ones that spoke to you? I love all of them because I think they bring a different energy. What about you? What did you notice?
I was just thinking about fire. Just the heat, just the attraction of it.
Yes, that's so good. That's so good. Yeah, my and I'll share something. Remind me when we come back, and I'll share something about fire with you. I'm just going to let everyone back in. All right, welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Who enjoyed that? Who enjoyed meeting someone else and sharing it? Okay, we're going to do one more round, and you're going to actually have a chance to share. It could be the same thing. It could be a little bit different. And we are going to move you around. Okay, so our rooms are now different. You're going to have 3 minutes this time to share with your partner. Okay, not a lot of time. I'll tack on as much as I can, but I do want to have you out the door at the top of the hour. Share that. Tiff and I were conversation. Tiff and I were in conversation as well, and we'll share a little bit before we go. So open the rooms, 3 minutes with your new partner. Enjoy the conversation. All right, there we go. Okay, so it's interesting, Tiff, that you said that the elements, right? The elements. And so in coaching, we have this concept known as the future self. And the future self is like who you aspire to be. So in conversation with vision and our why, it can be really exciting to think about what's our future self. So my future self's name is actually Fire. And this is someone that I sort of envisioned and imagined, 18 years ago when I went through my coach training. And so fire, like fire, right? It has all these different elements. There's the heat and the warmth that, again, bring people together. There's the activation energy of a fire. There's the burning power, right? Where sometimes we need to burn and recreate. And there's the embers, the embers of just like a very mellow warmth. So I found it really interesting when you sort of latched into fire, because I often think about how am I, or who am I being, right? Am I being fire even in my current work? Like, how do I continue to evolve into her? So that sounds a little esoteric maybe for an 8 o'clock in the morning, but what gets activated for you?
What was the question?
What do you think of when you think of one of the elements for you? Who do you most resonate with? Fire, earth, water, or air?
Oh my gosh, I was thinking about that. I mean, it's not earth. I just would maybe think air.
Air. Okay.
Yeah.
Air. All right.
I just love the surrounding, air. I mean, it's like, so we need air above everything else. I need to breathe.
We need oxygen. Absolutely. And if we don't have
Yeah.
oxygen, we can't get activated, right?
Yeah. And people just forget to breathe. It's crazy. I forget to breathe. We all forget to, quote unquote breathe. Like take a breath once in a while.
Totally.
Recharge.
Totally. Totally. Well, it is really interesting when we think about, all these elements and then how they come together to combine, to magnify, to activate, and to, again, like create new possibilities. So I'm going to close the rooms in a minute. They're going to be like, oh, it's too fast, but I do want to keep to time. But it's just, we can come back to this theme later today as well. So not later today, later this week, I mean. So let me close our breakout rooms. Well, thank you for all the support that you're offering. I'm looking at the numbers. And so for those that are watching this actually on LinkedIn, well, some people watch it on LinkedIn, some people are watching it on YouTube. Let us know, like, if you would like, you don't have to, but it would be really interesting to hear what your vision is. You know, what are you noticing about some of these elements that we talked about? Maybe leave us a comment. I'm going to have a chance to, you know, take maybe one or two comments before we wrap up. And as always, it's sort of an exciting day. We're not quite midweek yet, but we're already day 3 of this journey. And I'm excited to hear that people's books have arrived. Woo! So that is very cool. Very, very cool. All right, so we've got about 20 seconds before people are going to come back in. It is 8 o'clock, so I'm going to do a quick wrap up. Welcome back. And I was just saying that the clock has struck the top of the hour. So I want to say thank you for being here for another day. Any insights that people want to share before they leave?
I enjoyed meeting other people.
Yes.
We're going to be doing this more often, 2 to 3 days a week. We'll be doing this. Every day is going to have a different theme. So expect Tuesdays or breakouts. And with that, I will hope to see you back here later this week. Michelle, do join us when you can. It's good to see you. And always know that you can catch up on our daily recordings. Today is day 3 of the series. So if you want to share anything with a hashtag, call it day 3. So with that, be well. We'll see you soon. Take
Thanks,
care.
Jen.
Have a
See you,
great day.
everybody.
Bye.